This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3 in the NLT. This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death they are never satisfied. In their greed they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples, but soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, "What sorrow awaits you thieves? Now will you get what you deserve? You've become rich by extortion, but how much longer can this go on?" Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000. I'm the brother Damal Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right. But like it says, hey, in the King James, for the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, man. And we've been telling you, Jakes, for the longest that the time of the MOTB is upon us all, which is the mark of the beast, which is the implantable RFID chip. All right. And you've been hearing that ad nauseum and consistently, starting with the elders and the apostles, the great millstone, and the men that are under them, and the brothers out there that teach this in like manner. Hey, and it's here, man. And I was watching this video, man. I'm going to show you it. It literally sent chills down my spine. Not because it terrified me or it made me afraid, but it's just, the fact that we've been telling you and saying this for years and years that prophetically, that these devils are getting ready to come with this MOTB system. All right. And it's here. It's in your face. It's not tarrying anymore. It's not just, some type of CT or a conspiracy theory, as some would like to say. It's literally taking shape right before your very eyes, man. All right. And I was watching this video by Jimmy Dore. It says the ultimate tool of control. It says government to monitor you through electronic tattoos. And we know eventually where this technology is going to go is, and this is just more of those wearables. Yeah, listen to the video. This lady is saying the same thing that Maha with RFK or J, whatever the hell his name is. He just came out and said that, they want wearables for every American to wear as far as technology for your health. You see, wearables. And she's telling you this wearable tattoo, which we know eventually is going to lead to this technology going from a wearable to literally being inserted inside of the body, which is going to lead to the MOTB, showing you that, the mark of the beast is not some fucking philosophy. It's not sleeping with white women. It's not embargoes. It's not some form of philosophy. It's a literal, actual physical thing, man. And some, you got some people who say, see, the mark of the beast, it's the tattoos, it's the tattoos. But we're telling you here at Great Millstone that it's going to go a level deeper than these tattoos. It's going to be literally inside of your body. And they show you this other microchip in this video where if you swallow it, it becomes an antenna. It becomes a technology inside of the body that is used to monitor, to track, to keep tabs on you, man. But we know through the spirit, man, and we're sticking through it through prophecy that it's going to eventually come to the form of that implantable device, that MOTB, that micro C-hip. So let's check this out, man.
This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication.
You see, so like she said, it's a what she say, basically like, a trial run. It's basically, the start of the technology, but we know eventually it's going to advance to being inside of your body. All right, subdermally implanted, because I think she says in this video that tattoo is only good for a certain amount of days or weeks or something like that. So it's not a permanent solution. We know it's going to be made permanent when they put that micro C-hip inside of your right head or your foreheads within your body, within that tissue, because once they put that RFID in between your pointer and your thumb, the flesh and the body, it will eventually how do I say, the flesh within your body will eventually grow over it. It will literally become embedded within your flesh, and it will be a permanent solution. Right now, if you got one of those tattoos, you might put one on, but then eventually after a week or two or so, it might wear off. It won't work anymore. But the permanent solution would be them subdermally implanting it within the body. So let's go.
Let me show you a video of Regina Dugan. Now, she is the former director of Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. That's at DARPA, which is a military defense establishment here in the United States. Listen to what she said most recently. This is chilling.
A means of authentication that you could simply wear on your skin every day for a week at a time, say an electronic.
You see, for a week at a time. So like she said, that's an experimental process, but we know eventually what it's going to ultimately lead to. Remember, this devil deals with gradualism. He's not going to just throw the whole thing at you at one time. He's going to gradually get you comfortable with the convenience of wearing those tattoos for a week at a time and a week at a time. And then eventually, they're going to advance it by putting that same tattoo inside of your body, as the scriptures say. All right, so let's go.
Like tattoo. Now, we're talking about wearables. Everybody.
Hey, you see, and this is how they'll dupe and deceive you by getting this, because they'll tell you, oh, it's not a literal tattoo. You're not, they'll come at the Christians. Well, you're not literally tattooing it on you, which is a violation of what the scriptures say of you imprinting any mark on you. It's just a sticker. It's just a barcode. You just stick it on you, and there you go. It's on you for a week. So you're not technically going off. But we know eventually what these devils, the advancement of this research will be.
I'm profoundly interested in wearables.
Remember, didn't RFK Jr. just come out saying that now MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, part of them making America healthy is by using wearables like smartwatches and other wearables on you that could be provided from the medical field as form to track your health, monitor your heart, monitor how many steps you're taking. Just all gradual steps of you getting comfortable enough to, well, eventually you're going to merge yourself with technology, man. This is part of these devils' transhumanist agenda. And like I read in, I think that was at Micah 2. I mean, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it's not tarrying anymore. All right. Now it's not a CT anymore. We're not just speaking these things. It's literally taking place. It's literally right before everybody's eyes, man.
In wearables. And what I will tell you is that we've made a lot of advances in wearables.
You see, so like now they're putting it right. That's why the guy is laughing. He's laughing because it's absurd. It's crazy. But, she's still trying to sell it. Well, I know, but, ha, ha, ha. And the guy's laughing like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, you're trying to, to the simple-minded, it seems cool. It seems like, oh, this is, the time, the signs of the times. This is where the future is headed. But if you got the spiritual eye to see, you know exactly where this shit is going. And hey, that's why that guy is laughing. But pretty soon it's not going to be laughable when you're not going to be able to buy or sell when they forward this technology. And this is the only way that you're going to be able to be identified in this man's society as somebody who can function within the society. That's when it's not going to be funny anymore. That's when all of the games and the laughing and the, I ain't really, I don't believe it. I don't see this as being a way of the future is really there.
But there's still some fundamental problems that we haven't solved. Like one of them is the mechanical mismatch between humans and electronics, right? So electronics are boxy and rigid, humans are curvy and soft. That's a mechanical mismatch problem. Well, a researcher at the University of Illinois, his name is Dr. Rogers, what he discovered is that he could use standard CMOS techniques to make islands of high-performance silicon connected by accordion-like structures that would allow it to stretch up to 200% and still be performing. And what he did is he founded a company and they started making electronic tattoos. So I'm wearing one here on my arm.
Did you see a guy? See, he almost fell out of his fucking chair, man. Because what? All this dystopian future all these things that we've been seeing in movies. You're hearing all these talking points about merging man with machine and the WEF and the plans of these elites. It's literally right in everybody's faces, man.
Camera to get a.
This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. Now,
for authentication, what's going to be on the microchip? The charagma. All right. What's the root word of charagma? Is Karax. What's the root word of Karax? Is grapho, man. It's all right here before everybody's eyes. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be this electronic tattoo that she's showing you. This is just a developmental stage. We know it's going to eventually get to the point to where it's going to be implanted under the skin, man. Exactly what John the Revelator saw, and the same thing that we've been telling you, starting with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, that it's the micro C-hip, which is coming, man.
It may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo, if only to piss off their parents. Right?
Why 30-year-olds love True Classic. Number one, True Classic tees are designed for regular guys.
Right?
And that can have a design, right? Because they would certainly want some kind of cool design.
Options. And that's something that you wear, but you could also imagine including authentication in just your daily habits. So I take a vitamin every morning. What if I could take vitamin authentication?
What?
Vitamin authentication. Look, I have one right here. Well, here, I'll let you hold it. Would you like to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Okay. So
You guys see it?
this pill has a small chip inside of it with a switch. It also has what amounts to an inside-out potato battery. When you swallow it, the acids in your stomach serve as the electrolyte,
That's what I do.
and they power it up, and the switch goes on and off. And it creates an 18-bit ECG-like signal in your body, and essentially your entire body becomes your authentication token. Yes, this is true.
People are applauding it.
Okay, but
Okay, so wait. So it's really true. So what this means is that becomes my first superpower. I really want this superpower.
See how they're going to sell it as it being a superpower and shit like that, man. Remember, that's why the scriptures say that he's going to deceive those that's going to receive the MOTB, man. You can't be deceived by this shit. Like I said, they're going to have great selling points, and they're going to tell you, oh, it's for convenience, it's for this, it's for that. It's to help you do all these things. Remember, scriptures tell you never to trust thine enemy. His words are smoother than butter, but war is always in this devil's heart. This is him waging war against every citizen on this planet Earth, but he's presented it as a form of salvation. He's presented it as a form of convenience, as a form of a way to help them better to keep you healthy and to extend your life and to be able to, diagnose you with a sickness before, in the early stages of happening. It's all for the betterment of society, but really, this is just all means of tools of complete control. And for them to monitor and track and to trace every aspect of your very lives, and for them to have the inside door inside of every aspect of your biological body, for them to try to be digital gods, man. Let's go.
It means that my arms are like wires, my hands are like alligator clips. When I touch my phone, my computer, my door, my car, I'm authenticated.
Transhumanism, merging man with machine, man. Come on.
And first superpower, like I want that.
So we're not shipping that right away.
Yeah, no, we're not shipping that right away. But it sounds
this is FDA cleared?
So here's the thing. This is not science fiction. This pill was actually made by a company called Proteus, and they've developed it for medical applications. That pill.
See, Maha, make America healthy again. Isn't that what RFK Jr. was just talking about? Wearables? Come on, man. All this shit is all linked together. It's all being brought to you. And all this shit is inside of Trump's big, beautiful bill that they're trying to get passed right now. They're having talks and all type of stuff. They're trying to get these applications and systems in place. Let's go.
Has been CE stamped and cleared by the FDA. You can take 30 doses per day for the rest of your life.
So that seems chilling, and the people there are giggling and applauding it. And this is what every quote unquote conspiracy theorist has been warning against for years. And here they are on stage bragging about that they have this technology. They're going to put chips inside your pills, so then you become a trans. That's the first step to transhumanism, as far as I'm concerned. They're going to put tattoos on you with antennas, so they can tell who. So this sounds like some kind of Orwellian nightmare. What do you say to this?
Well, that is actually very dangerous technology, because the point is simply this. What if you do not fall in line? I'm pretty sure with a flip of a switch, they can just turn it off and you cease to exist.
Boom. Isn't that what Aaron Russo said with that interview with Alex Jones many moons back? He said the plan of these elites is to put microchips in everybody, and then, you know, if they don't listen, they don't do what we tell them to do, we'll just turn off their microchips. They can't buy and sell. You can no longer be identified. Like we've been reading here, you'll be killed. Let's go. And this is Revelations 13:14. And he deceiveth them. See, he deceiveth them. That technology, that interview, everything that woman was selling was deception. All right. And if you're too stupid and too simple to realize it, then, hey, you're going to be deceived. You're going to be duped, and you're going to receive the brutal judgment of the followers of the beast, man. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. See, that technology, that's part of his miracles, man. Let's go with this word miracle. I think the word is Semeion. Yep, Semeion. It says, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from the others. Here we go. This is a sign, a prodigy, i.e. an unusual occurrence, the transcending the common course of nature. You see, of miracles and wonders by which God authenticates men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is God's. You see? But the point is their technology is part of these miracles that they're able to perform, like that technology that's going to be used to deceive these people into, linking themselves with this new beast system. This is why we're telling you that there's going to be more so-called attacks, financial collapse. The grid is going to go down. All hell and chaos is going to break loose and ensue, so that when, things get bad and Jacob's trouble is here and people are going crazy, all hell is breaking loose on the streets. When they come with a new solution and a new system to fix the broken one, this is going to be the system in place, man, which they're already doing it on a low level with all of this digital, everything going digital, It's just leading to this digital beast system, all right? It says, by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And we know that the beast ultimately is EU and NATO and America, the revising of the Roman Empire and the system that, rules it. But now this system is going to a whole nother level via this technology, man. You see? And pretty soon you won't be able to buy or sell or be authenticated or identified as a citizen in this new beast system without the prerequisites, which is going to be the MOTB. All right, the mark of the beast, man. And it's going to show you that. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You see? Like she was saying, that technology and what they're showing you, that's the future. That's what you're going to need to have in order to be authenticated in this man's society, man. You're going to have to bow down, to the image and also the mark that this beast is going to have for every citizen on this planet Earth. And it says what? You'll be able to be killed. And that's what that lady said. What if you don't want to what if you don't want to get down with this system? What if you don't believe that that's the way? Then guess what? You're going to be killed. And not in the literal sense, but also in the sense of being separated. All right. And when you go to the root of this word apokteno, the root says of separation, apo. of local separation after the verb of motion from a place, i.e. of departing, of fleeing. It says of separation of a part from the whole. You see, any kind of separation of one thing from another by which the union or fellowship of the two is destroyed. Because what's going to link your fellowship with this beast system is going to be accepting and receiving that charagma, that MOTB. You see, and what's going to break that fellowship or that union? If you don't have that chip, if you don't have all the prerequisites that they're going to demand that you have in order to buy and sell, to be identified and linked to the system, to buy and sell, to travel, to get assistance from the government, to get an apartment, to get a house, to get gas, to go onto the internet, to have social media, just to even exist. You're going to have this the prerequisites and the joining of this beast system, man. All right, let's go back just a little bit, see what she said.
This sounds like some kind of Orwellian nightmare. What do you say to this?
Well, that is actually very dangerous technology, because the point is simply this. What if you do not fall in line?
This is what your ear looks like, filled with wax. Here's a cotton swab. Watch.
If you do not fall in line, I'm pretty sure with a flip of a switch, they can just turn it off and you cease to exist. When your entire existence is based upon you having to authenticate yourself with some kind of a chip, and that chip gets turned off, then you no longer exist.
See? And like I said, they'll be able to kill you. But we know that word, when you go into the root of it, means to be separated. Complete separation. So you can see it's a total system of complete control, man. All right. And hey, it's going to be brought to you people by pure deception, man. This is why you got to have your faith and trust completely in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in these last days, man. That's why we're going to have to be found to be faithful even unto death, because we know, like I said, the image of the beast should be killed, but we know that it means in terms of being separated. But eventually, hey, if it goes on long enough, and if they find you and you're not a part of the beast system, they're going to have laws in place to where people that don't want to adhere, that don't want to join themselves into this new beast system, they're just going to be literally killed, man. Whether they put your head in the guillotine, whether they, put you in front of a firing squad, unless they put you on one of these cargo airplanes to send you to Guantanamo Bay and just dump you over the ocean, never to be heard from and seen again, are all, pretty much, or all could be possible. You see? So, hey, man, it's very real, man. All right. This is not a game. And it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. And it further shows you that, they ain't talking about big, small nations and big nations. It's talking about each individual person. This is why, they want all of your biometrics, each individual person's individual biometrics, because, so it's how we know that it's just not some, is for everybody, rich, poor, if you're in prison, if you're not in prison, no matter where you are on this planet, when they introduce this system, man, it's going to be on an individual person-to-person basis, man, woman, and child, man. All right. It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And she already showed you the experimental stage is that little that tattoo, which we know the final stage is going to be the charagma. All right. To receive a mark, and that's the word right there, charagma. I'm not going to go into it because we go into it all the time. In their right hand or in their forehead. Where does she have her little experimental tattoo? I think it was on her left arm. And they always show you on the left arm because, to try to Euro step around prophecy, because it says in your right hand. But we know, I think in Revelations 14, it says if you take it in your hands. But ultimately, they always show it being presented in the left hand as a way to try to throw it off so you can't put the pieces together. But hey, we see, man. It says a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And we can see it presenting itself live and in color. So let's let her say a couple more minutes and then I'll close it out.
And then what we actually would have is dead men walking in reality. You would be literally a dead man, yet you are not really dead, but you would be for everyone else.
Right, because you're going to be a digital fucking slave, man. You see, and this is why they're putting these things into place, because all of everything that you do will be controlled. Right? You're not going to have the ability to have free speech. You're not going to have so-called constitutional rights once they implement this system, and your whole life is linked, and your existence is linked to your behaviors and your social credit score and how you move and operate on this planet. You know, it's going to be totally controlled, and you'll be on a leash, and you'll just obey, man. Which is why it's a complete system of control and slavery through a digital form. Okay.
You wouldn't be able to buy anything. You wouldn't be able to open the front door of your own house. You wouldn't be able to do anything anymore. You're literally a dead man walking.
Right. You're going to be killed. You're going to be separated. Like I said, if you grow up conscious one day and you send out a tweet that they didn't like, they can just, like she said, they can just turn off your chip. Remember, because your access to walking in your front door, everything is going to be based on you being identified. You walk into your house, it's going to identify you through your chip to permit you access or not, to go into a grocery store, to hop into an Uber, to get into a car, to do anything. You're going to have to be authenticated first. And if you got any red flags or any, pings on your social credit score, hey, access denied, you're literally going to be separated from functioning in society, which is literally like being killed, but not physically.
Well, yeah, why don't we try that? Seriously? No, this is the ultimate tool to control every single human being. And you don't even have to be close to that human being, near that human being. You just, flip of a switch and boom, he's gone.
Boom, there you go. So don't listen to these guys telling you that the MOTB is a philosophy or sleeping with white women, and it's not based on each and every single person on this planet Earth, man, because that's just not true. So I'm going to close it there. Lord willing, this was edified. Brothers, check this video out, because, hey, it's no longer tyranny. It's right here in everybody's face, and these devils are letting you know where society is headed, man. And you heard it here from the prophets of Great Millstone, for real. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. We're putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. To the next one, shalom.